right, sir, if you could please say and spell your first and last name and your title.
Tom Robinson, R-O-B-I-N-S-O-N, and Deputy Chief of Reno Police Department.
All right, so we have an update on this situation. Talk to us about what's happening right now.
Right now, we have the suspect in custody. We have secured the what we've been calling the hostage, the female that was also in the room, and we're in the process of getting everyone the care they need and beginning the investigation.
Talk to us about this suspect. Who is he and his relationship to the hostage?
I don't know that just yet. We believe they have a domestic relationship. I just don't know to what extent the relation is at this point.
Can you tell us about what led to them being barricaded in the room?
No clue. Don't know right now. We do think there is some mental health issues, but that's just speculation right now. We haven't really dove into that, but we'll look into that as well and make sure we resolve it.
When did this first come as an active shooter report?
I don't know the exact time, but probably within the last half hour or so. He started shooting out the east-facing windows of the Montage, and from what we could tell, he was shooting down onto Sierra Street. He could have shot in other places, but we do have officers who did notice the gunfire coming down onto Sierra Street.
Now, I saw at least one woman who was superficially hit by a bullet. Can you say if there are any other injuries?
I don't know that the woman was hit. We're not sure of that yet, but we do have at least one person with a hand injury, and we're not aware of any other injuries. The suspect has been hit with gunfire, so he's also injured as well. And officers did shoot at the suspect, and so right now we're in the process of enacting the regional officer-involved shooting protocol.
Who shot and how many times? What agency?
There was a team of mixed officers on the 8th floor from Reno and Washoe County, I believe. I don't think there's any other agencies yet, and we don't know what officers from which agency have fired shots at this point.
Was it SWAT who entered, or was it another officer?
It was most likely our SWAT officers formed up outside the room.
Okay, and do we know how old the suspect and the hostage are?
We do, I just don't have it.
Okay, can you give us
I would
like
say,
teens, 20s,
no, I think
older?
He's probably mid to late 20s. And the female, I don't know. I don't have any information on her right now.
Were they residents of the Montage?
I don't know.
Okay, and how is she doing at this point?
Well, I don't know, but I do know that she was scared and unable to get free in her conversations with our dispatchers because she called dispatch.
Now, you mentioned the officers reporting seeing shots coming down onto Sierra Street. Obviously, very reminiscent of something we saw in Vegas on 1 October.
Yeah.
Are we talking a copycat, or is this just, like you mentioned, maybe mental health issues?
Too soon to know for sure. Maybe a little bit of everything, but I don't think the suspect is suffering from life-threatening injuries, so we will have the chance to talk to him and see if we can determine what his motivation was.
Do you have a history with him? Has he been contacted by police at all?
I'm not sure of that yet. I don't think we know that yet. We've just been dealing with the emerging situation right now.
Obviously, something we haven't had to deal with here. So what about the residents in the Montage right now? Are they allowed back in? What's the situation with that?
Well, while we were processing through this scene, we evacuated several residents. We advised several to shelter in place, some left on their own. Right now, unfortunately, because of the ongoing investigation, we're going to keep a lot of not only the Montage, but we'll probably keep a lot of the roads closed in the downtown area. We will help the residents of the Montage get back to their rooms, but it's going to be a lengthy process, I can imagine.
Yeah, I imagine these roads are going to be closed for several hours.
Yeah, probably at least an hour or two while we release some of the resources on scene here, but we'll most likely keep Sierra Street around the Montage at least.
And I'm sorry, go
What
ahead.
about the cars, people waiting to try to get the cars out of the rock park?
We'll work to get them out as well. That should be an easier fix than the immediate area around the montage there.
Do we have any damage to surrounding buildings or businesses from that gunfire?
We do have damage to surrounding businesses. I'm not sure if it was caused by gunfire or not. I know that we broke some windows.
Okay. Is there anything else that you can tell us that we may be missing?
No, but I want to assure everyone that so far this appears to be an isolated incident. We do have the suspect in custody. There's no threat that this will continue. I want to caution everyone that has business to do downtown that, give themselves some extra time to get around, especially around the montage. We will try to have officers around the montage to help usher residents back in.
Okay. And when we have a shooting like this, just kind of walk us through what that protocol is for law enforcement.
Well, we have a regional officer-involved shooting protocol, and all the local agencies in the region are partners in this agreement. It was instituted by the Washington County District Attorney's Office. So whenever one agency is involved in a shooting, another agency will conduct the investigation, and the other agencies will also participate to assist in the investigation. Since there's a likelihood that both Reno and Washoe County officers were involved in this shooting, although I don't know for sure at this point, but it's likely, the investigation will most likely be conducted or led by Sparks Police Department and will be assisted by Reno and Washoe County.
And he did shoot outside the building. Do we know if he shot into the building at all, into the hallways or anything like that?
He shot inside the room, and I don't know if he shot down the hallway or up into the ceiling or down to the floor yet.
And are all the officers who are involved okay?
Everyone is uninjured. All the officers are uninjured, yes ma'am.
All right. Anything else?
Was he shooting at the hostage at any time, or just randomly shooting? Was there a target involved anywhere?
Some of the radio traffic indicated that he thought he was seeing things, and perhaps he was shooting at the things he was seeing. We don't have any indication that he was shooting at the hostage. And in fact, she came out uninjured.
So, do we happen to know if drugs may be a factor? Was any paraphernalia found inside the room?
I don't even think we're looking for that at this point.
Okay.
What's the next step from here?
The next step from here is the OIS investigation, and then the investigation into the whatever charge the suspect will be facing, false imprisonment or kidnapping charges, that kind of thing. So Reno police detectives will handle the investigation into the suspect and the kidnapping or the hostage scenario, and then one of the other agencies will handle the investigation into the officer-involved shooting. And in some instances, the agencies that do the OIS will run both, but I think in this situation we'll split it up just because it's labor intensive.
All right, sir. Anything else? Sir, thank you very much.
Yep, no problem.
Glad everyone's safe.
Yeah, for us, for sure.